ENCLAPSലേക്കുള്ള വഴി ഇനി തനിയെ തുറക്കാം. Subscribe to the ENCLAPS channel. Ring the bell button and open success. It's that easy.
Hello, welcome you to the wonderful world of history. Today, we are going to discuss about the cultural nationalism developed against the British colonial rule and exploitation. In this session, we are going to learn what is nationalism and the factors that help to inculcate Indian nationalism. Actually, during 19th century, the Indians realized the nationalism, or we can say Indian nationalism emerged at 19th century. Actually, during 19th century, the Indians realized the nationalism, or we can say Indian nationalism emerged at 19th century. Then, what is nationalism? We know there were many differences among the Indians. Each of us are different in color, creed, religion, language, customs, tradition, food habit, like that, many differences among the Indians. But irrespective of all these differences, a sense of unity emerged. So, that unity, what is called nationalism. What is nationalism? Nationalism is the sense of unity among Indians irrespective of caste, creed, religion, etc. So, by 19th century, Indian nationalism emerged. 19th century, India witnessed two types of protests. The protest against the social evils and superstitions in society, and protest against the economic exploitation of British. So, that is the main feature of Indian society. Okay, during this time, the Indian nationalism emerged. So, this session, we are going to learn the factors that help emergence of Indian nationalism. So, the main factors are colonial rule. First one is colonial rule. Second one is social reforms, then press, then education, literature, then art. So, these are the factors that help the growth of Indian nationalism. So, this session, we are going to learn these factors one by one. So, let's begin with the colonial rule. This part, we are going to learn how the colonial rule helped the emergence of Indian nationalism. British understood that it is very important to know in-depth study of India for administrational convenience. For that, they decided to learn about India, and they are translated the early Sanskrit Persian books into English. The earlier books were in Sanskrit, and during the medieval period, the majority in Persian language. So, British decided to learn about India. So, for that, it is very important to them to know the ancient India. So, for this matter, they translated the early Sanskrit Persian books into English. Later, they started institutions like Asiatic Society, Kolkata, Madrasa, and Banaras Sanskrit College. Always institutions to learn about India and to train their officers. But later, British realized these steps were not enough to learn about India. So, they decided to implement English education in India. The British traders also supported, because it is much beneficial for trade. By introducing English education, the traders can earn more profit. So, traders also supported this implementation of English education in Indian society. Actually, the real aim of British is to create a generation that favors English lifestyles. In 1835, Lord Macaulay introduced English education in India, and he states that our aim is to create a class of persons, Indians in blood and color, but British in taste and opinion, in morals and in intellect. Actually, the aim is to create a group of Indians which in favor of colonial rule. But what happened is that by 18th century, the English culture intruded into the society, Indian society. So the English educated Indians who know the concept of democracy, socialism, liberty, rationalism, scientific timber, etc. So the English educated Indians who know all these concepts very well. They realized how much the British exploited us and they resist the cultural intrudeness. So they tried for the revival of ancient art, literature, language, etc. But what happened is that the revival resulted in the emergence of nationalism. So this part we learned how colonial rule helped the development of nationalism. Once again, point wise. First, we learned the British decided to learn about India. Secondly, they translated ancient books into English, the ancient Sanskrit and Persian and Arabic books into English. Later, they started some institutions, but it was not necessary, so they decided to start English education in India. In 18th century, English culture intruded to India, but the English educated Indians decided to start English education in India. The English educated Indians decided to resist the cultural invasion and they try for the revival of the ancient language literature. But what happened? It helped the growth of Indian nationals.
3 ലക്ഷത്തിലേറെ വരുന്ന ചോദ്യോത്തരങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റവും കുറഞ്ഞ ചിലവിൽ സ്വന്തമാക്കുവാൻ ഉടൻ തന്നെ ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്യൂ എൻക്ലാപ്സ് ദ ലേണിംഗ് ആപ്പ്.